Now we're moving into brow pens. The NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this, number one. I've never found a brow pen from the drugstore that I love more than this. I have the shades Ash Brown and Brunette. Either one will work. So let me show you. This is Ash Brown. This is what the tip looks like. Very microfine. Let me show you here, since I already got some on my hand. That is Ash Brown. As you can see, it's the perfect neutral shade. It's not too warm, not too cool. And then Brunette is a little darker. And the reason I like Brunette is because it can give a little bit more definition to my brows. So if I do my brows with my pencil and everything and it's looking like I need another hair-like stroke, sometimes I'll go in with this one because it's going to show up more and it's going to create more of an actual hair-like stroke over top of like the fill-in of the other ones. I don't know if I can do this on camera. A spot in my brows that needs this a little bit. So like right here, let's just show you there. Get my hair on my way. Here. Just a little, see? So Brunette works just fine, but I also prefer Ash Brown, especially Ash Brown in the front of my brows. So good. They have 10 shades to choose from. It's $12. Hands down my number one. But if I couldn't get that, these two would work. The Maybelline Build-A-Brow 2-in-1 Brow Pen and Sealing Gel. It's $12. I have the shade Medium Brown. There are 6 shades. They need more shades. And I need like an Ash Brown in this one. So if they had that, I might like this more. But let me see if I can show you why I feel like there's a difference. So it's got a very small tip, just like the NYX. But let me see if I can get you to see what I mean here. Well, first of all, the shade's way warmer. That's one of the main issues. But for me, when I'm trying to use this on my brows, it doesn't really show up. I have to really press hard, and I don't want to have to press hard. But when I do it on my hand, it works fine. So I feel like it's a shade thing, and I feel like maybe if you don't have such sparse brows, it would be a little easier to work with. I don't feel like this wants to stick to my skin. Like right here where I don't have any actual hair, I just had to create it. It doesn't want to stick to my skin very well. Number 3 would be the ColourPop Feather Effect Brow Pen. It's $8. I use the shade Medium Brown, but there's only 3 shades in this, and it's ColourPop, so it's harder to find. I've used it. I loved it. I used it up, but my favorite is NYX. So that is what it is. Now I want to talk about pressed powders. The Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder, it's around $9. There's 24 different shades. I also have this in 128 Warm Nude. I like to use this as like a finishing powder. It looks way too yellow, but once you swatch it out, it's not that yellow on the skin. It's really not. I like to use a powder like this. I'll do one on one side and one on the other. Take a puff, get a little of the powder, and see, it still looks yellow, but it doesn't look too yellow on me once you put it on. I like to use a powder like this to carve out my bronzer or my contour in my routine, and it just helps snatch your cheekbones a little bit. Love it. So that is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 128. It's a good option. The next one I don't have, so I'll go ahead and mention this. The ColourPop Soft Buildable Face Powder. It's $14. I had the shades 4 and 6 in the past, and there are 18 shades to choose from. It's massive. You get a huge amount of powder. It's been out for years. It's a beautiful formula, and you get so much product. So I definitely suggest that. If you're on the ColourPop website, go ahead and pick up some of these recommendations. You will not be disappointed. But my number one pick is going to be the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Powder Foundation. I have it in the shade 110. There are 16 shades to choose from, and it's about $10. I bought this because of the viral Scott Barnes video where he used the Aquaphor in this to set the concealer, and I didn't really notice much of a difference with that hack, but what I did notice is how good this powder is. So I love this as a finishing powder, just like the Maybelline, but as you can see, this one's much lighter and much more pigmented. So I might need to put a little bit of it over here. I used a little too much. I didn't mean to. But it's such a good powder. So let me show you. That looks scary, right? Take a brush and just kind of buff it into the skin. And it's a powder foundation, so it is a little bit more pigmented. But this as a finishing powder is so good. You just gotta buff it in. It's a beautiful powder. It's my number one from the drugstore. I'm glad I decided not to touch up before I started filming so you all can see these products in action. That's really cool. I'm glad I did that. Moving on to lip liners. I've got the NYX Long Lasting Creamy Lip Liners. There are 16 shades. I have the shades Nude Truffle, Mauve, and Nude Beige right here to show you. These are really, really good. I've got more shades, but these are the ones I wanted to show you. So if you like Anywhere Caffeine or Wherever Walnut, these are similar. So this one is the mauve shade. It looks very similar to Wherever Walnut or Whirl from MAC. Also very similar. These are really, really good lip liners for $5. So you can't really beat that, but technically you can. Hang on, we'll get there. While I was talking about NYX, I do like their other formula, the Suede Matte Lip Liners. I have the shade Sandstorm. It's that nudie, beigey, pinky brown. So good. I love this formula. I would say the Suede Matte formula is a little bit more long lasting. And they have like 35 shades of this or something crazy, like a lot of shades. But Sandstorm is a really good one. And then their new NYX Duck Plump Plumping Lip Liner in Nude Flip. I've been loving this, so I did want to give it a mention, but it's just not a favorite yet. I haven't used it enough. Honestly, just the style, I'm not a big fan of this chunky lip liner, so I don't know if it'll ever be a top 3, but I do enjoy it, so I wanted to mention it. The e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liners, they're only $2, which is phenomenal. There are 8 shades to choose from. The shade I have is Truth or Bear, and this one is so good. I love this. So that is Truth or Bear, and that is the Sandstorm shade. Look at that. So good. But it's a little warm for me sometimes, so I have to be careful with that one. But the one from the Michaela collection in Till Death Do Us Part, she did a good job with this one. I really, really like it. It's so good. This one is no longer available, but I just wanted to show you. I do love that shade. It's a perfect shade for me. But my number one is going to have to go to Moira. Moira Must Have Lip Liners. There are 12 shades to choose from, $6. I thought they were $5 on the website, but on Amazon they were $6. But anyway, around the $5 to $6 mark. This is my number one, Rose Beige. This, I'm going to put it over here so you can see it. This is Rose Beige. So the Till Death Do Us Part has a little bit more warmth to it. Rose Beige is very cool. It just looks like my lips, but better. This is it. This is, if I could only have one lip liner for the rest of my life, that I would be okay with this one. It's that good. It's good. Next up is lip treatments. So in my like Sephora video, we were talking like Laneige, Tatcha lip mask, stuff like that. From the drugstore, I have a couple different like varieties. I've got the e.l.f. Squeeze Me Lip Balms. There are 5 shades and they're only $4. I have the strawberry one. These are a really good option for you to carry around in your bag if you need something on the go. This is a really, really good one. But you can also use it to hydrate your lips before bed like a treatment. So I did want to keep that in this category. Love these. So affordable, smell amazing. They are just really, really good. The next is the Maybelline Baby Lips, the classic Baby Lips. I don't know where mine is. I do have it. It's probably in my backpack. I'm not sure if the colors are available everywhere, but I did see online there's a couple different color options now. I just like the original blue quenched version or whatever. Guys, it's just a classic. It is the perfect gloss balm hybrid, and it's perfect. I love it. I like to use it when I feel like I need a little bit more hydration, and if I don't want really any color, I'll just put that on my lips and go. I love it. The e.l.f. Skin Holy Hydration Lip Mask. It's $7. That is something that I would use at the end of the night before I go to bed. But let me show you. I don't have that one anymore. I ran out of it. But I do have a little travel size or like a sample size of the Laneige lip mask. I wanted to show you something. I like to use this during the day. I'll put a little bit of this on my lip. Say my lip look like right now is starting to fade. Pop some of this on my lip and go about my day. So you don't have to only use it as a lip mask. You can use it any time of the day and it's going to give this effect. It's just gorgeous. If I had to pick a number one from that category, I'd probably go with the baby lips because it's convenient. You can just pop it out, use it anywhere, and I just love it. I've loved it for so long. Now we're moving into lip oils. The NYX Fat Oil Lip Drip. I had this in the shade Supermodel, but it got really old. It had been in my collection for a while and started to separate, so I tossed it just like literally a week ago or so. It's $9 and they have 14 different shades. If I had to recommend a number one, that would be it. It's a really good lip oil. I would like to try the clear version because Supermodel was just a little too pink for me. The e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils are a really good option. They're $8. Honey Talks and Pink Quartz look like the shades that I would love the most. There are 10 shades to choose from, and they also have the new Glimmer shades, and there's like 8 of those, I think. I have tried this formula, but I think I had it in the clear or maybe slightly pink. I'll have to look. I can't remember. Nonetheless, it's a really good option. I just didn't like the smell or the taste of that one. I don't know if that was just a me thing or if they're all like that. They just weren't my top favorite. The next one is from ColourPop, the Luxe Lip Oils. They're $10. I had the shade Skinny Dip. There's 11 shades to choose from, and there's some new Twilight shades. They have the Twilight collection that just came out recently. They're a really good lip oil formula. They just are a little bit sticky when they dry down. I'm not a fan of that. The e.l.f. and the ColourPop both have a little bit too much of that sticky texture once they dry down. I definitely would suggest the NYX out of all three. But like I said, if you're looking for a really good lip oil, try Lunar Beauty. You won't be disappointed. They're so good. Moving into lip glosses. I kind of combined all the lip glosses into one. So some of these are plumping. Actually, most of them are plumping. The e.l.f. Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. I have the shade Just Peachy. That click up style, which I don't mind. You just have to be careful not to click up too much because you can't push it back down. So just keep that in mind. But Just Peachy is this shade, and I love this formula. So good. It's so affordable, and it's just like the Tarte Maracuja. Like, I don't notice a difference. Of course, Tarte has more shades. Next is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss, and I have the shade Pink Paloma. This is $7. There are 13 different shades to choose from. This is really, really good. It's just like a very sheer light pink. It barely translates to pink on the lips at all. It looks really just clear. But this is a really good plumping gloss, and it's very affordable at $7, so we love her. Now, we really love her, okay? We really love her. The Maybelline Lifter Glosses. I have the shades Ice, which is 002. Have 3 of them right here, and I probably have more in my work bag because I love them so much. And what happens is, see if we're like out grocery shopping at Walmart and I just happen to forget to grab a lip gloss, I'm just like, babe, I need a new one. And I'll go get another Ice because Ice is my favorite. It's just like that Pink Paloma from e.l.f. as far as being just like a translucent pink shade. Mine looks a little bit darker on the applicator because I've put it on top of lipstick. But you guys, Ice is that girl, okay? Now, they do offer other shades. They've got 20 different shades to choose from. I've also got 003 Moon, which is a darker pink with shimmer. Very pretty. And then I have 004, which is Silk. And it has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's much darker and much more opaque in color. Like this one, it's a little dark. So if I'm going to wear this one, I have to mix ice with it or it just looks too dark on me. But as you can see, you can sheer it out. It does dry down a little bit sticky, but not bad. Like, I'm telling you guys, this is a really good gloss. And it's not one of those like super plumping formulas. It's not going to sting your lips or anything. It just gives like a slight cooling, minty sensation. There is a little downside. Sometimes when I wear this product, I'll notice that my throat gets kind of like sore, like numb almost, because you eat it. Obviously, if there's something on your lips and it's wearing away throughout the day, more than likely it's going in your mouth. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't care. I'll still wear it. I love it. It's beautiful. Now we're going to talk about lipstick. The e.l.f. O Face Satin Lipsticks, they're about $9. The shade Limitless, and then the Michaela collab again. Those are my favorite. There are 20 different shades to choose from. The Michaela Pucka Up, it's just a perfect shade for me. It's a little bit on the peachy side, but she's good. If she ever comes out with it again and you didn't get your hands on it and you love a nude pink, you would love it. So just get it. Like, even if you don't love her, just try it. The L'Oreal Color Riche Satin Lipsticks, they are $8. The shade Worth It, number 601. That is my number one pick. 800 Ferris Nude is one that I would like to try. I've not tried it. There's 52 shades in this formula. It's a beautiful component. I love this lipstick so much. I don't have it anymore, but I'm telling you, it's like high-end. It's gorgeous. But the Maybelline Color Sensational Ultra Matte Lipstick, there are 20 shades in this. They're $8. The shade More Blonde is my favorite. This is my number one pick because I love how slim this lipstick is. I love the shade. I love the formula. This is the shade More Blonde right here. It goes with just about any lip liner, goes with just about any look, and it's good. And it's not too matte. Like, I don't love a super matte formula. This is not that matte. And it doesn't accentuate my lines on my lips. 10 out of 10. The final two categories, we've got setting sprays. All right, we're going to start with NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. It's $10. I love this formula. I just wish it was a little bit bigger. I feel like Drugstore gets away with their pricing on this because they give you so little, but I feel like maybe we could use a little bit more. You do get 2 ounces, so it's a good amount of product, and it's good for travel. That's one good thing about it. This is a really good formula. It's just not a favorite because, I mean, it's a nice mister, but it's not a consistent mist. Sometimes it comes out a little too strong. Sometimes it's perfect, but that's a really good option from the Drugstore. And then the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Setting Spray. This says long-lasting matte finish. You can find this at Ulta. You can find it on Amazon. It's really, really good. So this one has a beautiful mister on it. Like, it never fails me. It has a little bit of like a rosy scent to it, or like a floral scent, but not overwhelming. I love this setting spray. Locks in makeup instantly, keeps makeup fresh, mattifying effect. Really, really good. But if I had to pick a number one, it's going to be this. The e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, $10. You guys. Same thing. It has a really good mist on it. Has like a nice cucumber fresh scent to it. And I really just have enjoyed it for so long. Up to 16-hour wear. Really good. Really good. It's very similar to like the Urban Decay All Nighter. I think they were kind of duping that. It was so hard for me to pick a number one, but I definitely would pick the e.l.f. Highlighter. This is not a category that I really even care about anymore. I don't even wear highlighter hardly at all anymore. But I will use it on my inner corners, and I'll use it on my Cupid's bow sometimes, tip of my nose, down the bridge of my nose. But I hardly ever put highlighter here on my cheeks anymore because it just accentuates all my texture. Nobody wants that. But back when I used highlighter, and if I was still going to put it on my inner corners, these are the ones I would pick. the Revolution Reloaded Pressed Powder Highlighter. This one is in the shade Dare to Divulge. Now, I also like Just My Type. I've had that before. There are 5 shades total, and it's $7. This one cracked. It fell, but let me show you. It is very pretty. Here's what it looks like on my finger. There's what it looks like. Super reflective, very pretty. And this one does blend in very nicely, and it doesn't accentuate too bad, but highlighter is going to accentuate your texture. It's just, that's what it does. It draws the light to that area. If you struggle with highlighter and you're like, I can't get them to work, that's probably why. The Catrice More Than Glow highlighter, I have it in the shade 20 Supreme Rose Beam. Now this is a blinding highlight, but it's beautiful for the inner corner. This is what it looks like. Very pretty packaging. Look at that. I mean, it's beaming. It's very reflective. Blended it out a little bit. But yeah, if you're looking for a beaming highlight, there you go. Catrice. It's like $5. It's the ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in Flexitarian. $9, and there are 16 total shades. It is gorgeous. The Super Shock formula, it's like a moussey texture. I don't know. It's somewhere between a cream and a mousse powder. It's like a soft formula, but try to blend this in. That is Flexitarian from ColourPop. Super Shock. So good. Like I said, I don't reach for highlighters hardly at all anymore, but I wanted to go ahead and give you my opinions on them if there's something that you do enjoy. I feel like if you have perfect skin, you might as well highlight that and show it off. But for me, it's a no-go. That is the top 3 in every category, Drugstore edition. I hope you all enjoyed this. I had a request for this, so I hope you see this. I hope you love it, and I hope you can find something good from this for yourself. That's what this is all about. I want to share what I know works for me, so hopefully you can love it just as much. So, have a good one.